Did you ever wish you could add a little more excitement and interest to your English conversations? Maybe you'd like to add some color and excitement to your English writing, especially when it comes to storytelling. Today, let's take a deep dive into how the past perfect tense might be just the right spice for your next English dish.
Welcome to another Happy English podcast coming to you from New York City. And here's your English teacher, Michael.
All right, thank you, John, and thanks, everyone. It's Michael here from Happy English, and I help people speak English better. And this is Happy English Podcast, episode 754, the past perfect tense. Do you have a request for a topic here? Feel free to send me a message at myhappyenglish.com and let me know. Today, we're going to take a journey into the fascinating world of the past perfect tense. Hey, don't worry, this isn't as complicated as it may sound. In fact, mastering this grammar can add wonderful layers to your English conversations and writing. What's fascinating about the past perfect tense is it's like a secret passageway in a story. It lets you move around in time without, interrupting the flow of the story. You can think of the past perfect as a way to create flashbacks in your storytelling. The past perfect is like a time machine for your words. Imagine you're reading a mystery novel and the detective walks into a suspect's house. The sentence says, "When the detective arrived, the suspect ate dinner." That sentence seems like the suspect waited to eat until after seeing the detective, right? But how about this one? When the detective arrived, the suspect had already eaten dinner. This tells us that the meal was already finished when the detective walked in. The past perfect lets us know what happened before the present scene. Imagine this. You wake up on a cold December morning. You open the curtains, the sky is clear, but the ground is covered in fresh snow. When you woke up, the snow had fallen and the sky had already cleared up. It's easy to see the order of events with the past perfect. So you can tell your friend, "When I woke up this morning, the snow had fallen and the sky had already cleared up." See? The past perfect is not only convenient, but not as scary as you may have thought. And I know what you're thinking. "Oh, Michael, grammar is hard to learn." Well, here's some good news. Forming the past perfect isn't complicated at all. You simply take had and add it to the past participle of your main verb. You can say things like had finished, had eaten, had gone, and so on. When I arrived at the party, Jack had already gone, and thankfully, dessert hadn't been served by the time I got there. Here are a few scenes from some classic movies that use the past perfect. In Titanic, Rose had stood at the front of the ship when Jack found her. In Forrest Gump, Forrest had run across America several times before deciding to go home. In Star Wars, Luke had never flown an X-Wing before he joined the rebel attack on the Death Star. In all of these examples, we avoid time travel confusion because we know which came first and which was next. The past perfect tense introduces which came first. Easy peasy, right? Now, let's check out one other common situation where using the past perfect tense is incredibly useful for your English: showing cause and effect. The past perfect is a master at showing us how past actions led to later results. Donna loved art and wanted to get better at painting. She wanted to become an artist. Then she decided to move to Paris. There's a lot of information in 3 long sentences. You could simply say that Donna moved to Paris because she had always dreamed of becoming an artist. Short and sweet. Tommy aced the exam because he had studied hard for weeks. Because he had missed the bus, George was late for his job interview. Poor George. If he had gotten up earlier, he wouldn't have missed the bus. But for sure, you didn't miss the bus in terms of this grammar point. Keep in mind, the best way to remember this grammar or any other word or phrase in English is to take that grammar, word or phrase, write it in a sentence that's true for you or true in your world, and then memorize your sentences. Hey, did you know that you can get the chance to practice this kind of English with me directly? Yeah, you can get more practice using your English when you join my Podcast Learners Study Group. There, you can make new international friends. Join us for live group lessons every week where we practice these podcast lessons together. Plus, you get access to the PDF transcript and audio download for every Happy English podcast in the past and in the future. And on top of that, each episode has exercises where you can practice this English point with speaking and writing checked by me. To learn more, just visit myhappyenglish.com and choose podcast lesson 754. Remember, learning another language is not easy, but it's not impossible. And I'm here to help you on your journey.
This podcast is brought to you by Happy English. Please visit myhappyenglish.com. Show your support for Happy English by leaving us a review. Get English, get happy, Happy English.